Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Eternal1102 and I'm back. Today we'll be doing a manga summary on Food Wars chapter 270. But before that, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notify bell button to let you know when new content comes out. But let's just get this going. Alright, so we pick back up with the foreigner. He's getting fed by Megumi because, you know, he fell in love with her food the day before because this is the next day at daybreak apparently. And he's very obedient, as the landlady was saying, because she walks in, you know, trying to figure out what's going on because the foreigner, he said, the only reason he's annulling the Shokugeki is because Megumi's food. But other than that, he would have still kept it the same way. The chef walks in, the chef. The one who's been there for like the longest now. He walks in wanting a rematch pretty much for his honor because he doesn't feel like he should be running the kitchen and, you know, confronting his hotel guests if he can't win one of the Shokugeki. The foreigner's like, no, I'm just trying to eat and stuff myself. But as that's going on, we have Soma. He's on the phone with Irina, you know, pretty much telling her that, hey, everything's fine. You know, we figured out who it was. We caught the culprit. And Irina's like, okay, cool. Now figure out who the real culprit is. And, you know, Soma is like, what do you mean the real culprit? I found him. He's the one doing it. And she's trying to tell him, you know, that's not why I sent you there. I sent you there because someone's using the school's Shokugeki to, you know, use it against other cooks and stuff. And, you know, that's power right there. And she wants to know where that information, where the leak came from. And Soma's like, oh, okay. And as they're talking, you know, she kind of implies that, you know, Soma isn't the only one. She's like, I have other people, you know, doing same thing as you, the same kind of case. People coming in, telling, yo, we have Shokugekis and taking area. And Soma's like, yo, for real? Like, who else? And she starts giving him the numbers of all the Elite 10 that went to go do these similar cases. So as we pick up with Irina telling Soma that there's other Elite 10 out there doing, you know, the same thing he's doing. We pick up at Yokohama Port. I don't know if I butchered that. Ison, the Elite 10, the 8th seat. He's there with one of the, you know, dark midnight chefs. And he has him tied up, you know, asking, yo, Soma, I guess you got my number from Irina, telling you that I'm actually out here doing the same thing you are pretty much. After Soma talks to Ison, he talks to the third seat, the third seat Elite 10 member, Koga. He's at Koba Chinatown with his own culprit. And Soma's just honestly just picking the phone up and calling everyone else. Soma ends up calling Isaki, the second seat, who is also with his own culprit in Kasawaki Castle. He has him tied up just like Isan, and pretty much everyone else has everyone else tied up. The only one who doesn't seem to be tied up right now is the foreigner. Then we go to the Elite 10th member, 9th seat, Kinakoni, I think. I don't know if I said her name right. Wrong. She has her own culprit tied up, kind of really threatening him, telling him, you know, tell me the info I want. They're all trying to figure out who's giving the information of the Shokugeki, like who leaked it out, who gave this information to the midnight chefs so they can start taking over, you know, everything. After the 9th seat, we pick up with the 7th seat, the Aldini brothers. Well, one of them, you know, when you have one brother, you have the other brother. So we pick up with them. They're chasing down their culprit because they haven't captured him, which is kind of funny because everyone else has their culprit already tied up, threatened, and trying to figure out what's going on. And we pick back up with Soma, and we're starting to figure out that all these culprits have the same story, pretty much, that the mafia, you know, the underworld was having this this big grand party for all the mafia bosses underworld to come. And, you know, a bunch of the midnight chefs were hired, and, you know, it was chaos. It was a lot of stuff going on in the kitchen, but there was one chef that won over everyone. And this one chef, you know, he was better than everyone there. He just knew what he was doing. He had everything on lock. All the mafia bosses loved it. All the chefs loved it. He was the one. Okay, so since all the midnight chefs are pretty much saying the same thing, that this one guy was doing this great cooking, the foreigner actually says that this guy also came up to tell him that he's the one who said the term Shokugeki, and he's the one who explained it all to all the chefs. So Soma and Megumi are like, oh, okay, so he's the cause of all this. So, you know, at that point they asked the foreigner, so do you know who he is? Like, did you get to see him? He's like, nah, he had a bandana and a hat on. I couldn't really tell. But he's like, I do remember his name. His name was Shiba, which is coincidentally Soma's father's name. So that's kind of like where it leaves off. You find out that this huge bombshell, this guy who leaked the information is Shiba. I feel like he's a GOAT in this Food Wars thing. Everybody seems to love his food. There's not that many people who dislike his food, and he's just like the go-to, I feel. But this is a crazy chapter. You find out that all the Elite 10 are out there trying to get their hustle, the grind, trying to get to the root of this, and then at the end you just come to find out Soma figures it out. Soma's father is also part of it, or allegedly part of it. We don't know yet. That's the crazy part. We don't know if he really is the cause of all this. But guys, that was my summary. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. My review, it was an entertaining chapter. I liked it a lot. I really did. It was very creative. But this is Dan, guys. I will see you in my next video. Deuces.